About 30 years ago, Toyota launched a new Japanese luxury brand. Lexus was born into the automotive world with all the hope and promise of a newborn infant. It's easy to imagine the brand's founders like proud parents, wondering how Lexus would grow to meet the challenges of a future luxury market. Challenges against the perceptions of a Japanese brand known for durability, not luxury. So let's personify the Lexus story through the human life stages so we can get a better understanding of the brand journey. And how now, as a mature brand at just over 30 years old, Lexus is acting to define its own path. Indeed, the infant known as Lexus arrived at a different time. And luxury values were also different. At that time, the popular tools of mass communication were television, newspapers, and radio, in a world long before the smartphone. Early on, Lexus rose as a challenger brand that capitalized on underserved opportunities in the luxury market. Lexus focused on products of superior execution and created an elevated customer experience that shook luxury standards. Without immediately having status or history of competitor brands, Lexus knew it would need something special to distinguish itself among even the other emerging Japanese brands. Starting with a clean sheet of paper, Toyota set out to create a car that would put this new brand on the map, and that would serve notice to the luxury category that a new standard in vehicle execution and refinement was attainable. Bold moves were necessary to shift public perception. After all, the prevailing thoughts about Japanese vehicles involved words like durable, reliable, and economical. So with the success and credibility of the new brand at stake, this first flagship product targeted not only being the finest sedan Toyota had yet produced, but the most obsessively crafted luxury automobile to date. Such was the effort involved to start shifting consumer views about Japanese automotive capabilities in 1989. That flagship sedan that symbolized the newborn baby of a brand was the first Lexus LS. It was like no other luxury sedan at the time. It was the result of the most exhaustive and ambitious product development program the company had engaged to date. The LS design and manufacturing showed a level of precision, execution, and thoughtfulness that had not been felt in the luxury market. It put the full might of Japanese automaking on display for the world. In doing so, this vehicle captured the virtues of what has since helped define what makes Japanese luxury unique in the automotive space. Culturally rooted in the execution of this product are the uniquely Japanese concepts of omotenashi and takumi level craft. Omotenashi is a Japanese term that refers to an elevated sense of hospitality that anticipates a guest's needs before they vocalize them. At its core, this casts Lexus as a profoundly human-focused luxury brand. In the original LS, Lexus anticipated customer desire for cabin of serenity. The execution was elevated to such a thoughtful level that interior noise and ride comfort standards were redefined for the luxury category. Takumi craft and a cultural attention to detail helped drive the legendary durability and build quality that legions of Lexus vehicles have since enjoyed. In this way, the first LS laid the elements of Lexus brand DNA that still serve as the foundation for the brand as we know it today. In the years following the launch of the LS, the brand would continue to evolve and work to carve out its place in the luxury market. By 1998, the infant brand had grown into an energetic preteen, as Lexus would place an SUV body on a refined car chassis to create the RX 300, the first luxury crossover that combined a high level of utility with car-like road manners. The legacy of the first RX 300 is still felt where RX created a luxury segment and grew the overall luxury market. Globally, consumers have indicated their preference by making this the most active vehicle segment in the luxury category. Since Lexus instigated the luxury hybrid category with the RX 400h in 2005, the brand has developed a full range of hybrid models and sold over 1.8 million units of these electrified luxury models. Then in 2006, a then teenage Lexus brand launched the GS 450h. the world's first hybrid performance sedan. At the time of its launch, this capable sports sedan offered a startling level of performance. A couple of years later, as Lexus was gaining a larger global audience, a performance brand was added. When the young brand would have been old enough to attend college, Lexus launched a legendary exotic coupe that offered superior execution, new manufacturing technology, and a V10 soundtrack that still delights enthusiasts. It was during the brand's later adolescence that Lexus really began to expand globally. For these new territories, Lexus had to be introduced, developed, and supported in ways the more well-known parent brand did not. Such regional coordination and energy required centralized support from a global group, and Lexus International was formed in 2011. While Lexus was very focused in its early years, as the product range grew and the brand's growth expanded into new markets, that focus was tested and became less clear. For the past couple of years, Lexus has been looking inward, with a heightened sense of self-awareness, understanding what must be regained to help direct future course. Now, with a firmer and more mature sense of identity of a brand at 30 years, and new leadership developing a tangible, future-focused vision for luxury transportation, the brand is ready to take its crucial next paces in its evolution. The Japanese luxury brand that started with 2 products in one market has grown to offering a range of 16 across 90 markets. As we continue to move forward, we acknowledge society's changing attitude and valuation of the automobile. Luxury consumers have evolved considerably. Mere status is not sufficient in luxury. The next generation of customers will look to connect more deeply with the brand and their car. Customers look to align with the brand's ideology, design, and experiences the brand represents. We at Lexus feel we need to anticipate their needs and also develop a range of cars that are more focused on building this deeper connection with customers. To this end, Lexus will build on its foundation of 30 years of human-centered luxury, building on our own renowned DNA. In this era of our brand story, our mission is to evolve in our craft to offer customers products that provide a deeper connection.